Hello, Gist lover, and welcome back to the channel. So, the drama surrounding the Ibom Air incident with the passenger, Comfort, just took another major turn. We've seen all the viral videos, we've heard the shocking eyewitness account from a lawyer who was on that same flight, but now, the first time we are hearing directly from Comfort's legal team. Her lawyer, barrister Defunke Maria, went on Channels Television to give her official side of the story, and it paints a very different picture. She is claiming that Comfort was not the aggressor, but a victim of provocation and mistreatment. Today, we are going to break down exactly what the lawyer said, compare it to the evidence we already have, and try to make sense of this increasingly complex situation. So, is Comfort the villain or the victim? Let's get into it. First, watch this clip of what her lawyer had to say. So sit back and take a watch.
Hear a bit of it through her lawyer. Her lawyer joins us virtually on the program today, and she is Barrister Adefunke Maria. Barrister Adefunke, thank you so much for joining us on the morning brief.
Thank you so much, host. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
For starters, let's check on your client. Following her release yesterday, what's her state of mind and how is she faring currently before we get into what exactly transpired on the 10th of August?
Well, she's in good shape and she just needs to rest. You know, she when she was brought in yesterday, she was actually tired and weak. So, but we thank God now, she's in good spirits. So, having gone home, having rested well, so I believe she will be fine. She will be fine. She will be fine.
Now let's explore the events of August the 10th. What we saw initially before other videos began flooding social media platforms was Miss Comfort Emmerson being prevented from coming out of the aircraft, and then later on we saw how she was dragged out of the aircraft, and the treatment meted out on her, her dignity compromised. But we now saw later on a video where she was appealing to the air hostess, I believe Juliana Edward or so, to allow her pass. So help us understand what exactly happened inside the aircraft prior to this series of events.
What actually happened at the aircraft? Firstly, the airport authorities released video that will exclude them from liability. They actually released the video of what they want us to believe. That was not exactly what happened right inside the aircraft, because witnesses are coming forth, people are coming forth and see I sat beside Comfort. That was not exactly what happened. What exactly happened, like our client made us verily believe, was that she was told to switch off her phone. She said at the point of boarding, her phone was already on airplane mode, and then the aggressor came, the air hostess, the aggressor came, and then she was speaking to her rudely. I said, you should have your phone now, and you have to do it now. And then she was like, my phone is already on airplane mode before I boarded the plane. So I guess that didn't go well with the air hostess. Let me not use another word. With the air hostess. So, and then she was like, I don't even have time for your nonsense. And then, it was just, she was practically speaking to Comfort in the most rudest manner. You don't speak to a customer that way. And of course, Comfort being human, she was angry. She was angry, and then she kept narrating the incident to the next passenger. That just look at how this woman is talking to me and all that. So I guess what Comfort was saying didn't still sit well with the woman. And then at the point of disembarking, when others were leaving, of course they were leaving roll by roll. So when it was Comfort's turn to leave, the woman blocked her. I learned she was pushed aside for other passengers to pass. And other passengers were wondering, why was she still in the aircraft? The woman blocked her way. She vehemently refused Comfort to disembark from the flight. And of course, that was what escalated the matter. Comfort was insisting, why are you holding me back? I have to go. So from there, the woman actually used her veto power, being the air hostess, and then she thought she was in absolute authority and she has high degree of anyhowness to start harassing a passenger that way. We condemn the airport action in totality. Comfort was treated in the most rudest, the most degrading manner. Those actions were not ready. They were not necessary. That was an infringement on our rights. You don't hold the passenger like that. You don't hold the passenger down like that. You don't provoke a passenger, to act in such a way, and then at the end of the day, you made it look as though she was the aggressor. No. Forget about the video they are releasing and about what they want us to believe. So that's not true. Look at just imagine. Just imagine. It was shown in the video that air hostess willfully ripped off her blouse. It was shown in the video. So she was standing at the right side of the aircraft. While the security was malantly comfort, she ripped off her blouse. I don't know if you can zoom that video and watch it slowly.
So Barrister Maria, two questions in one. Was there any time, because there are some accounts to the effect that prior to the time when Comfort approached the exit of the aircraft, that she was pushed down into the chair by staff of Ibom Air, and at a point she was slapped. Help us establish whether that is true or not. And at the time that she wanted to exit the aircraft, we can see that she was still wearing her white jacket.
She was fully dressed.
At what point was that white jacket taken off? Did she take it off by herself, or she was stripped of her white jacket as well as her inner wear?
Of course, during the struggle, the jacket she had on must have pulled off. During the struggle. In the video, you can see some men, trying to overpower her where she was sitting. She was struggling to get up. And then the men came. And I wonder, why will men of the aviation of Ibom Air Aviation Authority be treating a lady that way? Aren't there female securities? Are there not female securities at the airport? If she doesn't want to get down, get the female securities. Let them come. So it was during the struggle. Comfort was properly dressed. She had a jacket on. She had a wig intact.
Okay, a lot to be unpacked. Let us break down the key points from Comfort's lawyer, Barrister Adefunke Maria. First, the trigger. The lawyer claims the entire incident started because a flight attendant, whom she calls the aggressor, was rude to Comfort about her phone. She insists Comfort's phone was already on airplane mode, but the attendant spoke to her in a very provocative and unprofessional manner. Secondly, provocation and refusal to disembark. So, according to the lawyer, when it was time to leave the plane, the flight attendant deliberately blocked Comfort from getting up, pushing her aside to let other passengers pass. She claims Comfort was understandably angry and confused, asking, "Why are you holding me back?" The lawyer argues that this action is what truly escalated the confrontation. Third, the physical altercation. This is a critical point. The lawyer states that Comfort was manhandled by male security officials who were trying to overpower her in her seat. She claims that during this struggle, her jacket was pulled off. The lawyer strongly refutes any suggestion that Comfort stripped herself, framing it as a direct result of being assaulted. Then finally, controlling the narrative. Barrister Maria accuses the airport authority of releasing selective video clips that only show Comfort's reaction without showing the initial provocation from the flight attendant. She believes this was done deliberately to make her client look like the sole person at fault. So the lawyer's argument is clear. Her client was a pay customer who was provoked, verbally abused, physically blocked, and then assaulted by airline and security staff, leading to the chaotic scene we saw in the video. Now, let's have a critical and balanced look at this. It is very important to remember that as Comfort's lawyer, Barrister Maria's job is to represent her client's interest and present their story in the most sympathetic way possible. Her account directly contradicts the information we have from other sources. Let us look at the official charge sheet that was shown in that same broadcast. The police charged Comfort with behaving in an unruly and disorderly manner by shouting on top of your voice, abusing and assaulting the flight crew, and refusing to disembark. These charges align with the initial story that she was the one causing the disruption. Furthermore, let's not forget the first eyewitness account from another lawyer who was a passenger. He stated that Comfort was the one who was disruptive and refused to comply with the flight attendant's instruction from the beginning. This leaves us with two conflicting narratives. So, narrative A passenger, Comfort, was unruly, refused to follow standard safety instructions, and became aggressive when confronted, forcing the airline to remove her, in the sense that she refused to off her phone initially. She did not follow the standard safety instructions by just offing her phone. Narrative B. A flight attendant was unprofessional and rude, provoking a passenger, Comfort, and then used her authority to unlawfully detain her on the aircraft, leading to an assault by security. The truth likely lies somewhere in the middle. But the key question is, regardless of who started the argument, was the response from airline and security staff appropriate? Was it necessary to physically drag a passenger off a plane in that manner, leading to her being partially undressed in the process? That's where this situation became incredibly messy and raises questions about professionalism and the escalation training for airline staff. So, what's the bottom line? We now have two very compelling but opposing stories. This is no longer just a simple case of disruptive passenger. It is he said, she said, with serious allegation of unprofessionalism and assault on both sides. Ultimately, this is why a full and transparent investigation by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) and the police is absolutely essential. They need to review every piece of evidence, especially unedited CCTV footage and unbiased witness statement from other passengers, to determine the fact. But I want to know what you all think. After hearing from Comfort's lawyer, has your opinion on this incident changed? Who do you think hold the most responsibility here? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. I am really curious to hear your take. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist for more updates on this and other trending stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.